So I welcome here today. My intention is to give an overview of the program that is about the galactic information that I was given beginning in '89, which I've never done that before. I've used bits and pieces of it in various classes and trainings, but it just seemed to me the more and more I saw about what was going on out in the world, we don't have time to have bits and pieces. I'm just going to share through the year what I know and why would you want to even have that kind of information. I love that. You're going to have to rename yourself. Do you know how to do that? Yeah. I'm going to put it on. Welcome, everyone. I just wanted to say that this is a 2-hour presentation. We'll have time for you to sit with yourself to ponder. So I hope you have a journal because that will be of value to you. I will call for specific breaks so you can get up, go to the bathroom, move around, etc. But if you need to do that before I call a break, then you'll know, just turn off your camera and do what you need to do and then come on back. So I'm hoping that it will be a pleasant 2 hours well spent. And like I said, we're recording this. So welcome. So always I want to be sure to set space when I do gatherings, and that's what we're going to do right now. So if you just close your eyes, take a breath to bring your energy. You can just breathe your energy here into the midline of your body. Breathe it in. You're here present in this bodysuit. We're here on the sacred ground of sovereignty, a place where we can learn, we can stumble if need be, we can be honest with one another. Everything that is shared here is kept here in the circle. We listen deeply with respect, knowing that there will be new things we may not have heard of before. And we're not here to convince anyone. We're just here to share who we are, what we know, and maybe what is concerning to us. So this is safe space of sovereignty. We are cocooned in the vortex energy created by those holding guardian circles in space for those who are looking to stretch and do more than they've done before, while protecting and holding sacred space for that activity. Just get a sense of being here together, knowing that all that we do to activate new ideas, new stretches within ourselves is with clear intent, spread into that greater network of humanity to ripple and awaken and connect. We are here to lift together, leaving no one behind. So being held here in the energies of Earth, filled with the vibrations of sun in our divine home, with feet solidly on the ground in the divine triad of our feminine. We are here in this space provided, and the circle is set. And so it is. Oh, so welcome. The first thing I thought about as I was putting this together is, why would this information be important to you? And you know what? Only you can answer that. And you may not even know why. Why are you here? You may not even know why. Some of you have experienced some of my work, and so you maybe want to know more. Some of you might have heard my name and are showing up because you're curious about why you feel drawn. I just know that for me, when I started on a path after my world got cracked a little bit open in '89, actually in '83, I guess it was, I repeatedly came back to a teacher in Boise, Idaho, because I knew what he was sharing was important. It made no sense to me, but I knew it was important. And that's the only reason I had. Curious, this is important. And I don't know why. So I welcome you here, no matter what it is that's drawn you here, because I'm hoping that by the end of our time together, you'll understand at least why you were drawn, and maybe even why the information might be important to you. So I want to begin by telling you why I decided to put this information out in January. That was the content. It was like, it's got to get out here in January 2021. And like I said, I have never taught everything that I've been shown. That's what I call our galactic history, consistently, kind of in a let's roll out in a bigger way. But when I saw what's happening in our world, when I saw the upheaval and the chaos and the shaking that was going on around the world for a lot of different reasons, and then what was happening with individuals who were waking up and going like, whoa, this isn't all well here in my world. I can't stay in denial. I can't stay with my head in the sand. I'm being stirred and I don't know what to do about that, or I want to do something. And it was a time I've never seen it on this scale in my lifetime. What is happening? Why is it happening? Look at the problems. And I'm sure I'm not alone in that kind of thinking. But the other thing that was disconcerting to me is that there were a lot of people seeing problems and not knowing what to do about it. Or a lot of people seeing problems and thinking, I think this is what I'd like to do about it. So I want you to just take a few minutes, about a minute really, with your journal, and you may already know what it is that you either see as, wow, this is a big problem, a big lack, or what I'd like to say. What is stirring for you? Because we've been in this 4-year really situation. I'm going to put you in breakout rooms. There will be only 2, maybe 3 in each room, so that you can just say to each other what it is that is on your mind as what you see in the world, what you might want to change. It may be the very thing that brought you here. So we're going to be there for probably just maybe 6 minutes. So that means a couple of minutes each. If you want to, you all probably have these kind of phones with timers on them. So if you want to, you can each have your own timer, set it for 2 minutes, time yourself, or if you want to assign someone in your group to be the timer, do that. And so when you go into your room, the person with the shortest hair will go first. And then you guys can figure out from there where to go. And in 6 minutes, I'll bring you back into the main room. So I want you to be able to say to each other, what's on your heart? What is the problem? Or even what's on your heart you'd like to share bigger? Whatever comes up for you in that regard. Okay. So in you go. And each room will get a signal when you have 1 minute left. So until that 1 minute signal, you're on your own. Know you can do it. See you back in 6 minutes. Hey, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite you to think just for just a second or two, because I want you to say into the circle, your name, where you are on the planet. And then in 1 minute, what was it that you heard that either inspired, expanded, or enhanced you in any way from what others are concerned about? Sorry, Cinda, that may not work, but you might have to say what it is about for you. She pushed the button too soon. So again, we're going to go around the circle, and so you'll have the opportunity to say your name, where you are on the planet, and then 1 minute, so it's very concise. What did you either hear that expanded, inspired, or enlarged what you were thinking, or even made it, more committed to it? What was your takeaway? In other words, short takeaway. And the way we're going to do it, I'll call on one of you, and you'll say your name, place, your takeaway, and then you're going to call on the next one, on the next woman, and we call it tag. You're going to tag around. So, Kala, would you please start? And you'll have to mute, unmute. And I have this little handy dandy signal that says time.
I know.
Time.
Enough already.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm Kala from Skagit Valley, and that's in Washington State, in the northwest portion. And what comes next, Sharon?
What was your takeaway from that group?
Oh, okay. That that we are on. We're thinking alike, and even no matter where we're at, we're connected, and thinking alike. We may have different words for it, but that's how we're thinking. And my real background is popping in on the screen behind me. That's so strange. Anyhow, and that makes me feel good that it's happening like that. So how about Angelique?
Thank you, Kala. I'm in the Netherlands, and the Netherlands in Europe, on the West Coast in The Hague. And my takeaway is, I feel what I was sharing is about unity, that I really have this real big soul desire to reach this global unity for the feminine, sacred feminine, and our weaving together. And then I was cut off. And now actually I hear Kala say the same thing. And we both women in our circle had this same longing. I can feel that underneath, and there are in a healing path. And this is also where I am in this moment in time. So in any way, not really healing, but a changing, a crossroads. That's what I have to say. Yeah, there's a big crossroads coming. And I'm standing there, and I'm, love to go all directions, but don't know yet which one is the right one. So I'm in the right place here. Thank you. And I'm tagging Cinda.
I'm Cinda, and I am located in Stevenson, Washington, right along the Columbia River, and there's a snow blizzard happening outside. It's rather dramatic. So what I found, I was with Gail, and what we talked about was really encouraging and empowering, and in a realization that we both, I mean, she unfortunately, because I left early, didn't get to hear what I want to say, but we are both recognizing that there is a strong need to, for healing on the planet. And I'm coming in wanting to heal the collective grief, and she's coming in wanting to heal and I don't mean to speak for you, Gail, because you might want to, but to heal and bring in humanity and peace and harmony. And anyway, time up. And that we can do it ourselves, that we can create a modality to make our healing happen, to make the planet's healing happen. And I will tag Marilyn.
Okay, thank you, Cinda. I would say that Deborah is also at a personal crossroads, but I think we both focused on or looked at the polarity and the division in this country right now, and the violence that it's leading to as one of the huge issues I think impacts all of us. So let's see. Oh, I forgot to tell you where I live. I live in California, in Grass Valley, California, which is between Sacramento and Lake Tahoe, the Sierra foothills. And let's see, who am I going to call on? I guess I'll call on Gail.
Thank you, Marilyn. My name is Gail, and I live in Collingswood, New Jersey, which is near the great city of Philadelphia. And I was with Cinda, and it's interesting because even though you didn't get to share, Cinda, I got you. And I got that you're me and I'm you, and that we are both in the exact right place. And as we come together as sisters, we empower each other to achieve our mission of peace and harmony for humanity. And that's really it. So,
Who would you like to call on, Gail?
Arlie. Is that how you say your name?
Yep. My name is Arlie, and I am in Eastbourne, New Zealand, just across the harbor from Wellington. I was with Kala, and Kala and I basically use different words to say the same thing, I think. If I've mischaracterized that, Kala, just say so. I want to create a space for more joy to enter this world by getting rid of negativity, parasitic energy, and get back to our original mission. And my takeaway from our room is I've been thinking too small and working on way too small of a thinking too small. And Kala is like, whoo, and just going everywhere and doing everything. And I need to be more like that. And I can't thank Cal enough for that insight. And that's what I have to say. And Maida, I'd like to call on you.
Thank you. I love that energy, Arlie. I was with Alexandra and Angelique, and Alexandra was having some internet connection issues. So what I got was, I think there is a point we come to a journey, I think with a lot of the modalities that we have done, but we come to a place and I am, there's something, a challenge I can't get to. That's what brought me here to Sharon. I knew I needed something that was higher beyond than all the modalities that I've done. And I think and then experiencing it and also hearing Alexandra, so the chronic pain, I had fibromyalgia and trying to work through that is what I feel like this is why I'm here. And same with Alexandra, she said that there was a lot of healing that has happened to her. but also for the collective. It's not just for me. I want to do it for me, but also then being able to share for others, obviously, and lift. Thank you. I think that's what I got. I hope I got it right. I'll call on Deborah.
Thank you, Maida. I'm Deborah. I live in Sanford, North Carolina, which is about in the center of the state, and it's south of Chapel Hill, Raleigh, North Carolina. Marilyn mentioned that she brought up she's concerned about the violence in the country, and it reminded me of a friend of mine a couple of years ago saying she felt with the violence all over the planet coming up. She said, it feels like things are opening up in the earth and these dark creatures are crawling out of the earth. And it's like, good point. And just ways to deal with the outsiders. But I was struck by Marilyn talking to a friend of hers who I took the assumption it was a different political party, and asking her friend to say, what from your party's point of view do you want to do? Take out the other side and any, you're doing this wrong. Just what do you stand for and what do you want to accomplish? And it's more like, how can we get to people listening to each other and really hearing, what do you want to accomplish? What do I want to accomplish? And each hear each other. So that's what I took away. Thank you. And Alexandra, do you have connection? Can you talk to us?
I can talk, but not if the video is on. I'm Alexandra, and Deborah and I have been good friends for 20 years, and I also live near the heart of North Carolina. And I am here for many reasons, personal healing, surely, but I am also seeing that during this time of Trump, I have lost heart in so many people. And for me, I want to understand what is happening in a galactic way. And I want to connect with people that are willing to work side by side with me and us contribute to each other so that we can cut through all these dark forces and things that are hindering our relationships with other people and certainly hurting the entire planet. So thank you all for being here. I like the idea of the sacred feminine and feel that it's going to be women that will take us to the next level. So who has not been?
I think we have had a voice from everyone. Alexandra, thank you, everyone. Isn't it good to hear each other?
Mm-hmm.
If I may just say, I forgot, I'm from Toronto, Canada. So I'm not from the US. So I feel the energy of all of you guys. And it's like, I'm from the North.
Thank you. Yes, I thought about that, but then we kept moving on. So I'm glad you caught that for yourself. That was really important. So the reason that, it wasn't the reason I decided to do the curriculum. That really came as an inner call. It's time. The information has to be out there. But as I'm seeing the solutions and the questions being asked mainly through social media, my teeth have been set on edge because I want to say something. And how can you say on social media much of anything? So I hear things like, why do men hate women? Or we just have to balance our male and our female selves and everything will be good. I've seen this. If your love partner is dysfunctional and discounting, you just stay focused in your lane. And if your sense of self is destroyed, you're the problem. It drives me crazy. The problem is racism and it began blank. The reason is patriarchy and it began blank. The problem is colonization and it began blank. That's where I go. It reminds me of a story of Sasha the tailor that I heard probably in the 80s, and I'm going to tell it to you again. So a young man moves to New York with a new job, and he needs a suit because he's got more of a professional job he's got to do now. So his friends say, you got to go see Sasha the tailor. So he goes to see Sasha the tailor, and lo and behold, Sasha the tailor puts him up on the little platform, measures, shows colors, and he goes like, great, come back. I'll have your suit ready for fitting on this day. So he goes away and he comes back on the day and he goes into the dressing room and he puts on the suit. And he goes like, I don't know, this doesn't fit. So he goes out and he says, well, I got the suit on, but I don't know that I like the way it fits. So Sasha the tailor, because he's the expert, you understand, says, oh, well, look, you just have to pull this arm up a little bit. Now see how it hangs just right. And this one, oh, yeah, see how the shoulder hangs? It's because you need to pull this arm back a little bit. Now you see how the shoulder fits perfectly. And, oh, no, that isn't too short of a pant leg. You just have to kind of walk differently. And because Sasha's the expert, of course, he said, oh, okay, go ahead, finish it up. He does. He comes back to Sasha the tailor. He puts on his new suit. He gets himself into position and he's walking down to the bus stop in New York City. And people are watching him and watching him. He's pretty proud of his new suit because it seems to fit right. He walks up to the bus stop. He's in line. Somebody turns to him and says, I see you've been to Sasha the tailor. And that's us. We've been living in crippled domination cultures for so long. We have been adjusted to them. The first time we're in that bodysuit that was crippled, a bodysuit crippled, we don't even know. The bodysuit was crippled. We come in as a soul, all prepared to do our work on the planet as a soul in a male body. We get in there, we stretch. It's a little tight, but and we go to turn on the different systems, perfect systems that we know are right for our male presence on the planet. And we find that the systems are gone. There's no automatic to the heart. Where is that? And lo and behold, we're plugged into systems that say the more macho, the better. Power over, the better. And we are as souls prepared to do a heart mission thrust into a Sasha suit. And that's what we're seeing. The result in our world is the crippledness that we've been in. And how in the heck do we think, with our awareness, everyone in this room is aware, everyone in this room has done lots of work, everyone in this room has lots of experience and tools, but we're walking around in Sasha suits. So I want to show you a little bit about galactic families.